A warm and lovely welcome to everyone. Welcome home to your own internal universe. My name is Valentine, and I will take the form of this body for the lesson today. I am overjoyed to know that you have clicked on this video, and I will do my best to give you a comprehension of love, of logic, of the universal resistance in the objective to help you with your own experience of this existence. Welcome home. I missed you. Disclaimer, I am obviously reading a script, and I'm new to making my own videos on YouTube. There will be errors in spelling and usage of English vocabulary in this presentation. Please understand English is not my first language, and as long as we can understand each other, it's all good. Another thing to take account of is the psychological aspect of this series. What you're about to hear is the explanation of the physical existence. The target of this video is to cover the physical aspects of the subject. While I recognize that there is also a psychological use to this kind of content, I will be covering the content of human psychology in another series where I will be specifically explaining the human form of existence with its physical and metaphysical aspects. Please understand that this is one big subject. I am trying my best to get the information out as clear and correctly segmented. Like a piece of a puzzle, you need to define and find the place of every pieces. This is an ongoing life work. This existence is not yours. What you simply are is one experience of it. Everybody else and me. What I mean about this quote is that there is only one existence. One love, one life, but many, many experiences of it. Many forms of experience of the same existence. I quoted everybody else and me since my experience is merely a form of the existence. So in a way, my existence is also yours. And so your existence is mine. So you wrote this quote. Alright, let's get to it. How the universe is alive. How the universe came to birth. Well, it did. If it did not, we will not be currently experiencing it. This is the first and primordial paradox. What are paradoxes? Well, paradoxes are the stuff that characterizes the things that simply are this way. For example, facts. Why do we value facts so much? Why is there an emphasis on facts? Because they prove some kind or form of reality. Yeah, but why facts? Because that's what they are. The stuff that prove reality and simply are. No questions asked. If you deconstruct enough something, you come to a point that it just exists because without it, the rest would not exist. It's a foundation for reality to be built on. They are called paradoxes. So for this reason, it simply is. For the same reason, you are alive. The 0 and the 1 are what I will use to define two very simple conditions. 0 would be a state of non-existence, such as an off switch, an open circuit in which electricity cannot get back to its source, so it does not allow the flow. 1 would be a state of existence, the on of a switch. A closed circuit allows the electricity to get back to the source and therefore allow the existence of resistance as long as the circuit is closed and electricity get back to its source. I think metaphors works best for this kind of explanation. Metaphors are a way to tell stories with content that transcend the form of its own content. You can apply the content of a story to many forms, and that's why metaphors are powerful tools to share information that are universally understandable. And Buddhism find this particularly familiar. I use the term universally when something applies to the whole of the universe, regardless of the human experience. It's something that transcends our human reality to apply to the whole of reality. It is of utmost importance to have access to the tools of comprehension of primordial forces and paradoxes. They help you understand every dimension you are interacting with as a human being. It's like always having your infinite tool belt with you and being able to resolve any kind of problems, any kind of situation at any kind of time. Metaphorical story of existence. To describe the first and the purest state of the universe, I will use the following metaphorical story. When existence first came to being, nothing was around. Existence had two choices. When existence first came to being, nothing was around. Existence had only two choices. Sleep for the rest of eternity, or stay awake just one more second, just to see what could happen. Existence, now called love for us, gave birth to a son, Logic. Logic was born directly from love, but still felt empty since it could only access half of the experience love had. The rest is history. Why is it important? Why is it important to ask ourselves, why is the universe alive? Seems like a stupid question to ask something that has no other choice. It's like a child asking, why do we need oxygen? When you just answered his first question about breathing. If you keep asking questions like a child, you ultimately end up with the question, why am I alive? And then, why is everything alive? It is important to ask ourselves those questions because of the importance of finding a reason for things to be the way they are. We need to understand why a specific form takes place. Why is the energy allowed to flow through this specific form of resistance? It helps us find the meaning of our own resistance, our own experience of the existence. In recapitulation, 0 would be the state of non-existence, a choice of refusal, something that won't come to existence. 1 would be the state of existence, the choice of willful acceptance to flow energy through a resisting closed circuit in order to create a form. The characteristics of love and logic from our perspective. Now, I added from our perspective because I, and later you, will come to understand that if you isolate love and logic from the rest of existence, aka the stuff that was built from love and logic, the rest of the existence, we cannot grasp the comprehension of the space and time dimension which is experienced the way it is currently by us. Love is direct, is pure, unadulterated energy, is the primordial force and characterizes the essence of existence. Love is the ever-existing background for the canvas of life and existence. Some say that as long as there is life, there is hope. Hope is a conditioned form of love and therefore is love. What is said here is, as long as that I am alive, that I keep on experiencing my part of existence, there is love in me. My whole form, my human body, my mind, my spirit, I can reach love. Logic is partly made from love, and is defined by degrees of separation from love, which then define its resistance to existence. Another equation possible, perhaps? What defines logic is simply what would love be if it wasn't full? The lack of fullness of love creates a need for rational explanation to explain the emptiness. Why did logic come to life? Logic is defined by degrees of separation from love, which then define its resistance to existence. The lack of fullness of love creates a need for the rational explanation to this emptiness, the birth of logic. Without so, the universe would be one smooth ride and existence would have gone back to sleep after the initial experience of awakening once. Why is the universe alive? Well, you simply put love through logic and you get existence. The many forms it takes is called experience and defines the matter we are seeing today. Asking questions like a child. It's important to keep asking questions like a child because the child represents metaphorically in an adult and literally in a child the expression of limited pure love inside of resisting multidimensional body that tries to get awareness of its position and understand the reasons of its limited access to love. After all, adults are only a child with experience in existence. The internal universe, fractal experiences of existence. After all the explanation on the primordial subject of existence, I can easily introduce you further into the concept of fractal experiences of existence, which will then lead into the subject of dimensions, and conclude this video. At the beginning, I told you welcome home, and by this I really meant welcome into your own experience. I will conclude the subject of this video by covering the fractal experiences of existence, which is where your home is. The fractal experiences of existence and your own universe. What existence is? A fractal, a pattern that can be repeated in order to create similar but new experiences different from the last one. The most famous fractal would be, of course, the Mandelbrot set. You are a similar but new experience of existence, and it's your own in all of space-time. Our similarities, what makes us like one another, are not restricted to space-time, like we think they are. What makes us the same is exactly what makes the rest of existence like it is. Our variation only depends on the degree of separation we had with the pure, unconditional energy of love. But more importantly, how we and the people around us did with it, which shaped the direction and experiences we had in life and made us who we are today. Welcome home, where unconditional love is, where you can finally start to direct the energy into your own experience, to deal with your own resistance, to finally be at peace and participate the best you can in this universal experience of love. If you would like to help me buy treats for my cats, or simply want to support me into releasing content more often, come support me on Patreon. The tiers are cheap, and you get 2 professional pictures of my cats per week. Thank you for your viewing.